Y'all, so when it comes to a compulsive liar, okay, a liar will forget. A liar will forget all the lies that they told, right? So when you confront them about a lie that they've told in the past, they don't remember. So to them, if they don't remember the lie they told, it doesn't exist to them. And if the lie doesn't exist to them, then they can't be held accountable for it. So when you deal with a liar, record that shit. And in the rare instance, they actually remember the lie that they told, then it's like they feel caught, right? They feel exposed. And if you know anything about a liar, liars do not like to be exposed. Let me tell you, that is the quickest way to get them to be defensive. And a defensive liar, oh my God, they will they get extreme. I'm just saying, they get extreme. They will try to play on everything, okay? They will try to play on your heartstrings. If you're a religious person, they'll even try to like throw some faith in there. But when you dip into it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you gotta try the spirit, right? So when you dip into it, like, okay, you want to throw the little religion at me, okay? Well, let's tap into that bucket, okay? And then once you start tapping into that bucket, and they like, oh shit, they weren't prepared for that, right? So then they flip it again, right? I'm telling you, liars. Oh Lord, okay, liars are something else, okay? But what I find is they don't like to be told when they're hurting someone, right? Lies hurt people. Forget what anybody would say. What's the saying? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Ooh, words will be the first thing to hurt you. Don't let nobody tell you that lie. Words will be the first thing to hurt you, okay? Because you can heal from a scratch. You can heal from a broken bone, as long as you don't have any type of deformities or disorders or whatever the case is. You can heal. But words, whoo, words get into that heart space. See, words get into that mental. See, words get into your spirit. Words get into your aura. And you just think about those words on the loop, right? And so you get totally consumed just by what somebody said to you. And people have lived their lives like even until death, still with words on their mind that somebody told them. So when you speak to people, choose your words carefully. I'm a very straightforward person. I'm a very blunt person. And my whole family is this way, right? My mom is definitely, she's like the one of them, right? So going outside of my family, right? Going outside of my family and dealing with people outside of my family, I find that people are really very sensitive. You cannot just open your mouth and start talking to people and expect them to take it the way your family takes it, because they're not in your family, right? Everybody doesn't have that kind of, what we call in our family, a backbone, okay? Everybody doesn't have a backbone when it comes to words. So our mom essentially trained us up for that kind of thing. And we used to like bash our mom. I can't even lie. Like, we used to talk shit about our mom. Like, oh, she's so mean, da 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 da. But in all actuality, she was preparing us for something that we did not see. And it's because of that, nobody can, I'm telling you, all my sisters pretty fortified, right? My brothers are fortified. It's nothing you can really say to them that they can't bounce back from. I'm not saying our feelings don't get hurt, because we all sensitive. Let's be real. We all sensitive. But we know how to bounce back. Our mom taught us emotional intelligence to a certain degree, right? Even though it was from a tough love format, it still was necessary. But literally, like, the older I get, the more I see that why she was doing what she was doing, even though I didn't understand the method, because I felt like, oh, this is hurting me. This is what she's doing is hurting me. I'm hurt behind this. Oh, she's so this. Oh, she's so that. But really, she was doing the very thing that the roar was going to do to me, right? And even though, she had her way of going about teaching us, still to this day, not one of my sisters can say that they don't appreciate her doing that for them. All of us are different. So some of us can take a little more. Some of us, they, can't take it as much. I'll say that. But at the end of the day, we know how to bounce back when someone hurts our feelings. We know how to bounce back, right? When we recognize that we're being emotional about something. And when you deal with a liar, it damages your emotionals, right? And your emotions is something that is going to be there. Unless you have some type of disorder, like I said, the emotions are going to be there. And the emotions are not going anywhere. And you're going to have to learn to cope with those emotions. So my charge to you is, let people express themselves to you. You do not have to take everything to heart that a person says. A lot of times we're at odds with people because we're not allowing them to fully express themselves, no matter how pretty or ugly it may seem, right? Just because my perception of a certain scenario is not what you perceived it to be doesn't mean that it's any less, right? You have to take people for who they are and not try to mold them into what you want them to be. It doesn't work that way. You have to give people room to be themselves. You have to give people room to express themselves. That's the only way you'll be able to move forward with people. If you allow people the room to express themselves, it doesn't matter how much it hurts you. It doesn't matter if you even cry about it. It doesn't matter if it makes you mad. Okay, just be mad, right? Just be mad and understand it's not at me, right? They're not doing this to me, right? They're doing this for me, so I can move on, because a lot of times people don't know that they're hurting people. People don't know that the actions that they take are hurting people, especially if they've been allowed. Let me say that again. Especially if they've been allowed to behave in a certain type of way for an extended period of time. They've had no clue. Nobody has ever checked them on it. People are like, oh, that's just how so-and-so is. Well, guess what? So-and-so ain't finna be that way with me. Because I'm going to speak. Closed mouth don't get fed. And we full over here. Big up. We eat over here. Okay. We full. So if you want to fill your cup, let people express themselves to you. And don't get offended. Listen to what they're saying, because you will learn something. You will learn something. Okay? So let there be a lesson. Listen before you speak. Do not react. Listen. Listen. Listen.